Every time Hollywood makes an adaptation of a beloved anime, they get scrutinized hard for its existence. Now, if the manga doesn't have an anime adaptation, those tend to get better reception since less people have heard of them.
That's a lie! It's just a coincidence that they were good!
But the way films are made in Hollywood means that we get to see every step of the behind-the-scenes process that they want us to see. So it slowly gets created and brought unto the masses. Meanwhile in Japan, they just make a live-action Kiki's Delivery Service movie and hope no one outside of Japan finds out. Since everyone hates when America dares to adapt an anime, I decided to take it upon myself and watch any Japanese movie or TV series that is based on an anime I've seen or a manga I've read. In Japan, the animation medium is given the respect that it deserves. It's not created as a genre, it's created as an art form, and as an art form, it doesn't have to restrict itself to just targeting kids and college students that like to watch Family Guy. But that means there's no hesitation to make a live-action version of the disastrous life of Psyche K. Because that won't look weird in live-action. I did a month-long Letterboxd marathon to get the vast majority of these out of the way, and I figured I should put my thoughts into video form as well. Entirely because I doubt you've seen most of this shit, and they will be very interesting to know about. Especially if you love the anime. By the way, before you post suggestions in the comments, let me quickly explain what I'm reviewing. The movies or shows have to be made in Japan. I'm not doing Cowboy Bebop or Ghost in the Shell or Dragon Ball Evolution. Got it, got it. I will only review a movie or show if I've seen the anime or read the manga. These reviews are for fans of the originals and people who want to know if it's a good alternative to the original. I don't know how people would feel if I did a scathing review of the Kaguya-sama Love is War movie when I haven't seen the anime. Since I haven't, I didn't watch the movie. If I do watch the anime, I probably will review the movie later. There are lots of movies and shows to cover, and Japan just keeps making them. This is going to be a series of videos. Finally, I apologize in advance if some of the movies I review have a low resolution. I'm trying to find high enough quality footage, but it's not easy. Let's start with the movie based on the series that got me interested in watching anime. "14-year-old me first got interested in watching anime thanks to Toonami airing the English dub. I like Season 1 of Attack on Titan, but it's time to make some enemies. Seasons 2 and 3 were boring to me. They were way too political, the twists were stupid, I didn't really care about anything that was going on. Once they finally get to the basement, I could not stop laughing about how they made the reveal that it's fantasy Nazi Germany. Then the season ends, I watched Season 4 excited for stupidity, and I thought it was great! Genuinely, as soon as Eren attacks Marley, the show becomes great again. Gabby and Falco are the two best characters introduced after Season 1. Eren getting a corruption arc is exactly what he needed. The politics are interesting now, and I'm super excited to see the final season next year. I don't care if you think the manga ending is trash. But you know what is trash? This movie, holy shit! If you've never seen or read Attack on Titan, please do not start here. First, I'll tell you what I like. They changed the location from basically Germany to basically Japan, which that's fine given that the movie is Japanese. Halfway through the movie, they do a good job showing how Titans only eat humans, and there's a scene with a giant baby Titan. That was a cool idea that stays on screen for like 30 more seconds and then we never see it again. Alright, that's all the good things about this movie. Let's break it down. It starts with Armin working in Village as his dad, who definitely matters, tells him to go look for the movie's protagonist. Not a fan of Armin's wardrobe. Because he has the same haircut and same colored hair as Eren, I constantly confuse the two. I'm not trying to be racist, I'm saying the two characters do not look visually different enough when in the anime, Armin was blonde! They should have had another way to visually tell them apart, beyond Eren acting like an 80s action star who tries to show as little emotion as possible, and Armin acting like a bitch. But whatever, who cares? Bigger fish to fry. The scout regiment apparently has not been formed yet? Then who's outside fighting the Titans? See? That's what happens. Why does it roar? I don't remember the Colossal Titan roaring. He's fucking huge. That is what is scary about him. He doesn't have to go, rah, rah, I'm gonna get ya! Well, now that we've got the inciting incident, the Colossal Titan leaves and never comes back. I mean it, he never comes back in this movie. So now the villagers are defenseless as the Titans vault over their single fence and start killing all of these people we don't care about. I don't know anyone except for the main trio, so their deaths are in vain. What, Armin's dad? Am I supposed to care about him? Where's Eren's family? I'm not surprised the dad is gone, but where's his mom? Eren needs the conflict of his mother's death in order to want to kill all the Titans. Yeah, that door will stop the Titans. Mikasa? That's the conflict? You're killing Mikasa off? Oh, never mind. She's fine. The movie just base boosted Eren away from the window like he's Marty McFly. Fucking hell, they did Mikasa dirty in this movie. Yep, told you that door wouldn't stop him. Alright, not our problem to know how Eren survives this. Guess we'll just fade to black and fade in with a 2-year time skip, because 5 years is too many for our actors to convincingly age. So now we're given 16 minutes of character development scenes for Eren, Armin, and all of the new characters that don't really help while the anime get 2 full episodes to do this shit. They call Sasha Potato Girl, which didn't make any sense because there was no big potato scene like in the original.
You are officially on my shit list!
Anyway, let me jump ahead a bit. Titans! Time to fight Titans! How do they fight Titans? They don't know how to use the fucking ODM gear yet. Mikasa's finally back, but now her cold attitude seems rather bitchy. It's almost as if her very clear motivation and backstory from the manga are absent from this movie. She's joined by the captain of the scout regiment. Who is this guy? It's like a combination of Erwin and Levi, neither of whom are in these movies. Funimation casted Jason Liebrecht, who plays Zeke in the anime, but that's like way later. No, I did not watch this dubbed, just something I noticed while writing the script. Eren talks with Mikasa. She shows him this werewolf-like scar on her. I kind of wish she was the Attack Titan in this movie. She has a way better, I want to kill all the Titans backstory than Eren over here. So then Eren and some girl watch a couple make out, because that's not creepy. Wait, stop! Who the fuck are you? This is Hyana, an original character for this movie. We got a half hour left in this movie, and you're giving us a random love interest for this plank of wood? Also, what is this scene? You just started talking after seeing some couple make out. Stop stripping! Amazing writing. Guess it's time for the last battle in this movie. Look at that green screen go. Oh no! Armin, remember him, is about to get eaten by the Titan. And unlike the anime and manga where everyone's busy, they shoot at the Titan, swing an axe at the Titan's foot, try to cut off the Titan's nape. It's just made of Wolverine's adamantium. So Aaron's grained out body manages to swap with Armin just in time. Because off-screen, Aaron drinks an E-tank in every version, I guess. Aaron's arm is bitten off. This shot looks like a sped-up gif I'd find on Twitter with a funny caption. He falls in the stomach of the same Titan that killed the girl that wanted to fuck Aaron. Thank God her evaporating corpse is here to give Aaron the motivation to transform. Because saving your friends, wanting to kill all Titans, not wanting to, die, those aren't enough. Oh yeah, now's a good time to mention, I don't like this movie's color palette of blue and gray. It just makes the movie look bland and unspecial. Aaron transforms into his Titan form. His design is like the body of a regular Titan, but the skin is like the Colossal Titan. Which makes some sense, but I doubt the filmmakers were planning that far ahead. Aaron gets out of his Titan form, and oh no! His eyes are red! Oh no! The end.
I'm gonna be the anti-hero, feeling hated by everybody. I'm gonna be the anti-hero, so I can save you when the time comes.
Hajime Isayama suggested a lot of the changes made in this movie to make it different from his manga. Which, my problem isn't that the movie is different from the source material. It's that the changes don't make sense and don't add anything. Why is Mikasa gone for half of the movie? Why did they shoehorn in a love interest that immediately dies? This was bad, don't watch it. But of course, this was only part 1. Part 2 was released a whole month later. But during that time, there was a 3-episode web series that takes place in between the two parts called Hangeki no Noroshi, or Counter Rockets. I watched these episodes, and they're nothing special. They were tonally all over the place, but it's got doggo cam, so it's better than both movies. Now on to part 2. Would I have preferred if these two parts were combined into one 3-hour movie? No! Because then I'd have to watch one really long, really shitty movie. And really, these are two very different movies. Part 2 still has some strange and unnecessary alterations from the manga. Let's see here. We finally see Aaron's dad, followed by whatever the hell this opening is. I feel like I'm rewatching the Ang Lee Hulk movie again. They keep mentioning Aaron's brother, who I have no idea who they're referring to. Remember, kids, this movie does not care about the manga. What the hell is even happening in this opening? Let's move on. Aaron gets interrogated by this guy. Someone gets shot. The Armored Titan just decides to show up in the script. Aaron enters the Matrix and talks with the Erwin-Levi hybrid, who tells him the origins of the Titans.
何らかの形で暴走して巨人が大量発生した
This is definitely not the origins of the Titans. I wouldn't even mind this montage if the people turning into Titans looked cool, but it doesn't. What else? The Armored Titan is also against regular Titans. Because sure. Then Aaron and the Erwin-Levi hybrid have a mech battle in their Titan suits. Armin's legs get shot. Then this guy from the beginning turns out to be the Colossal Titan. I don't feel bad telling you this because he is absolutely not the Colossal Titan in the manga or anime. I have absolutely nothing more to say about this movie. I'm sorry. I really wanted to go into a full dissection on part 2 like I did with part 1. But part 2 was boring! Part 1 shoved so much shit at you. But in comparison, part 2 brings nothing to the table. They drag scenes on and on and on. It was fucking boring. Part 1 was a mess. But I had fun watching it be a piece of shit. This movie was an ass crack of a sequel. I'm done. Moving on. Aizawaken instantly became one of my favorite Misaki Yuasa shows when I saw it 2 years ago. A show that is a ginormous love letter to anime and, well, the creation of media in general. It's about wanting to make something to bring joy to other people's lives. Make something that people will love, just like the things you loved to watch growing up. And even beyond that, it's just an enjoyable series. The three main characters are amazingly well written, making it so that you understand both their personalities and ambitions clearly and precisely. So yeah, I was excited to see how the live-action version compared. A 6-episode miniseries was created to promote this movie. I was going to watch all 6 episodes before starting the movie, but after 2 episodes I gave up. It was ass-numbingly boring, I could not take it anymore. Considering how much it followed the beginning of the manga, I assumed that this was an extended version of the movie, and I could just start the damn movie. And let's be clear here, you probably didn't know this movie existed, much less the miniseries. So I went into the movie. Well, it's a good thing I watched those 2 episodes at least. I cannot confirm this whatsoever, but it feels like they shot 4 hours of footage, and in the editing room, they were too attached to all of the footage and didn't want to delete any of it. So we got a movie and a 6-episode miniseries. The movie starts with a 20-minute recap of the miniseries. At least, that's what it started as, and I assume it ends as. Yeah, I'm not beating around the bush, this movie just fucking sucks. I was either confused or bored with the entire thing. Everything I have just told you is more interesting than the movie itself. Sayaka's actress is fine, but Midori and Tsubame's actresses don't really do that great of a job showing off their individual personalities. I'm biased because I haven't actually read the manga. I'm an anime-only scrub for this one. But the very beginning of the anime made Midori's motivation very clear and heartwarming. So seeing that gone made this feel soulless. This movie is bad and very forgettable. I hope to never think about it ever again as soon as this video is uploaded. No! I don't want to talk about Erased again! You can't make me! I just did a 35-minute video on the anime, so very quick summary. I like it. It's flawed as hell, but I think it is a good anime. Though I'm not sure if it deserves to be the most well-known mystery anime ever. For those wondering, in that video, I said this. There are 2 live-action adaptations of this manga. I really hope the events of the last 2 episodes are just cut out for at least the movie. They don't. By the way, I do plan on covering the Netflix show for this series of videos, but not anytime soon. I haven't seen it yet. Please let me distance myself from this franchise first. Anywho, this movie. It's the anime condensed into 2 hours. It follows the trials and tribulations of being 2 hours long. Overall, I'm going to say that's good. I will never watch this movie ever again, but it could have been a hell of a lot worse. Something I notice in watching these live-action movie adaptations is that if there's a small detail that makes you really like the anime, then you're not going to like the movie at all. So the way the kids acted in the anime, oh, that's gone. Otherwise, this is a very safe adaptation of Erased, until the ending, which I will divert you to this video if you want to hear me and my friends react to the hilarious ending. The acting is fine, nothing special. Tatsuya Fujiwara feels miscast as Satoru. I think he'd be better as Kaiji Ito. I didn't start watching Kaiji until a few months ago, but it's left a strong impression on me. It's a series that constantly builds up tension, spearheaded by a very likable protagonist. I haven't seen Season 2 yet, but Season 1 gets a big recommendation from me. As for the movie, I liked it. Do I prefer the anime? Duh. But when I watch these movies, I'm trying to figure out if these are good, or good enough, alternatives to the anime and manga. If you are an anime fan, or are willing to watch anime, then watch the fucking anime. But if you are someone who can't get into anime or animation in general, because all you can see is a bunch of drawings moving, first off, how did you stumble across this video? Also, yes, I think you can get a fulfilling kaiji experience from watching this movie. In fact, I think you'd like this movie more if you haven't seen the anime. That doesn't mean you shouldn't watch the anime before this movie. Please watch the anime, it's great, I loved it. I mean that fans of the anime are more likely to be critical of what this movie changes. They make a lot of changes to the e-card gamble that will piss off a lot of fans, but newcomers will still enjoy it. My biggest problem is that in between two of the gambles, Kaiji goes to the labor camp, which is from the beginning of the second manga part, and otherwise this movie only adapts the first part. Did I mention the manga is split up into parts like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Either way, it takes up way too much time in a movie that is over 2 hours long. They also take this character, who shows up twice in the first season, gives them a way bigger role, and also turns them into a girl. The best way I can describe this character is as Fujiko Mine. I am only half joking. You can tell that she's thrown into the third act because Kaiji has no female characters until the third series. It is a goddamn sausage fest. I do not have a problem with this movie adding women. I have a problem with how she didn't really add a whole lot. Regardless, I do like this movie. It's one of the better live-action anime adaptations that I've seen so far. Interpret that however you will.